Christians say psychics are evil, yet they have prophets. Christians say that mediums are evil, yet they speak in tongues. La 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 dee da ba la la ba, and they speak in tongues, and then someone else has to interpret this demonic sounding voice that comes through them. They say yoga and breath work and meditation is evil. Yet they have faith healers that lay hands on people and they fall slain in the spirit unconscious. Does that make any sense? So who's the one that gets to determine that is God, this is Satan? Who determines that? Because I would believe it's on the intention of the person. Because I know when I'm helping people, I'm channeling spirit, it's coming from a good place, coming from a very loving place. Love and hate can't exist in the same space here. If we're channeling spirit and spirit's helping to heal, that is not of Satan. This is because the format isn't Christian. And so if this religion was pure love, people would be healing from it. If this religion was pure love, it wouldn't be segregational. It wouldn't be segregating people, right? Because the power of Christ would be working through it, that everybody would just be connected. And I would believe as a creator that the continuation of evolution of the human species would be beautiful. The fact things do change, these things take a detour and evolve and become different. That's the beauty of creation. The limiting of creation, the segregation of creation is not beautiful. And like I always say before, negative energy is separating and disconnecting. That's negative energy. Positive energy is continuing to evolve, expand. It's just a technical term. Ever evolving, ever changing. That's positive energy. Christians don't exhibit that at all. At this point, Christian has been used as a weapon to hate, to segregate. And when they just say to you, you're going to hell because God says so, they think that's also that has power. I start saying, what God are you talking about? My God doesn't say, that's not my God. So we need to be equipped on the hypocrisy and the stupid nonsense of this limited aspect and version of God, which is, of course, Christ does not resonate with the religion itself. And I'd rather go to the source itself spiritually than just get some man's interpretation of one book and say, this is the truth. This is the blueprint of life. Now, am I saying that there isn't any great things to learn and to pull from the Christian Bible? There's a lot of great things to pull from. If you look at it for what it is, metaphoric, especially with the Adam and Eve story. Do I believe there was Adam and Eve and they failed and ate the apple and all that stuff? No, it's metaphoric. You know, this is one thing I even said in the Christian church. No, it's not literal. It's like we came. There's a duality. God gave birth to duality, the divine masculine and divine feminine. And in spirit, we wanted knowledge, so we decided to incarnate to gain knowledge. That's what the apple represents. Not we sin and fall short of the glory of God because we're so, stupid and evil. No, we just have to stop condemning ourselves. And even in our spiritual communities, we are giving power to spiritual guides. We're giving power to all these other entities but ourselves. We're forgetting that we're the power of Christ. We are the power. Even our spiritual communities are giving power to the law of attraction, power to manifestation, power to this guy, that guy, this guy, this one, that one. It's like, what about us? Where do we stand in the mix? Everyone else is trying to work our lives. Spirit's trying to work. Yeah, we have assistants and brothers and sisters in spirit. But where the fuck is our own power? We got it. And everything is trying to detract you from that. And when you start understanding that aspect, you don't need to worry about all these other different deities. You'll have inspiration and understand the connectivity of the spiritual beings of the family that we have in spirituality. But we are that power. We are that power. And that is everything these religions and ideologies are trying to take out from you. Because let me ask you this, if you weren't so powerful, why is there so many entities that try to cling to you? If you weren't so powerful, why is there so much energy that's trying to come at you? If you weren't so powerful, why is there so much extra turmoil in your lives when you're not living your truth? The equal negativity you experience in your life, the equal hardships and the heavy energy you experience in your life is a reflection of how powerful you really are. Because there's a duality. Where are you living in that duality? If you're living in your light, that power is going to be powerful. If you're not living your light, look how dark and powerful your negative circumstances are, guys. When you're in negative circumstances, it's rough, isn't it? Isn't it rough when you're in your negative circumstances? It's the same power within you in the negative aspect of self. Same power. It's still you. You're split. So if you can be that powerful in the negative, these negative circumstances can be so powerful, there's a duality to that. You can shine in that same power and have more of a progressive energy, more of expansive energy. The Christian religion doesn't want you to think that. The Christian religion wants you to condemn yourself. You're not worthy and worship. I'm not worthy. I have to worship an entity, a deity. I'd worship. And I said to myself, if I had children, would I want my children to worship me? Would I think like that? Would it all omnipresent, highly intellectual, infinite God, would that God be so concerned about these trivial physical shit that just happens naturally in nature? And we're supposed to believe that everything is Satan. This power of Satan is everywhere. Where's the power of God? Only through the Christian word? How powerful is this God that they say if Satan dominates everything? Oh, it's in the earth. That doesn't make sense to me. If the God of the Bible that we talk about, this Christian God, is so powerful, why does he only choose to work sometimes? Right? Like, okay, God wants this evil to not exist, so therefore, sometimes he'll save an innocent child, but most of the time, these children are just going to be abused, and God's just going to turn a blind eye. Oh, but he's just. Does this make sense? That's a Christian mindset. So that's not a very powerful God then, huh? He wants to eradicate all this evil, but we have to kind of just figure it out, and if we don't, we're going to burn for all eternity. That's really, really wise. It's very intelligent, isn't it, right? You know, the God of this Christian Bible sounds like a very egotistical, narcissistic prick of a God. That you have 80 years of your life to determine where you're going to go for all eternity. Does that make sense? Like, it's this kind of very fear-based, controlling ideology. So that's because God doesn't see things that way. That's because God understands the vast nature of human existence. Everything in human reality, in this physical reality, is a result of human behavior. And we're trying to heal our karma, change our karma so we can evolve. It's a school, so we can evolve our soul. Not say, wipe me clean of my sins, dear God. I just murdered someone. I said a prayer. Now I go to heaven. It's not like that shit. There's no evolution there. That karma will come back. It's a very dangerous cycle with that Christian ideology. It's dangerous for your soul progression because it means there's no accountability for what you've done. Just say a prayer. That's it. You're wiped clean. It's awful. It's evil. We have to evolve. And that is the point why we're here. We chose to have knowledge so we can grow our soul to become what? More like the God energy. And to realize more of that God energy, how we can expand. That's why we're here. You're here to learn. You're here to grow. Every experience, good or bad, is part of your story. And you've done some shitty stuff in your past lives too. We all have. But we're evolving from that to realize, I want more truth. I want more love. I want more empowerment. That's what God's all about. And the God energy, our creator, is helping us along that way in that journey, if you allow it to come. I believe my creator has saved me from taking my life because of the power that I had at that time. We have to start standing up against this ideology, this bunch of bullshit. A bunch of bullshit. I spent a decade in it. I have families in it. And it's a bunch of bullshit. And so I'm not saying to not read the Bible. Reading the literature is great. You can learn from a lot of different literature. There's a lot of truth in a lot of things. And to me, when there's truth wrapped in lies, that's the true evil.